Hi friends, I'm going to show you how to knit the nose for the gnome pattern. So just a quick orientation here. The stitch marker is the back of the gnome. So you've knit across needle 1. Now you're going to start on needle 2, which is then the front of the gnome. So you're going to knit 4 stitches. Now, in this 5th stitch, right in the center here, you have 9 stitches, you're going to start your bobble. So I'm going to knit in the stitch, leave it on the left needle. I'm going to do a yarn over. So now I have 2 stitches. I'm going to do this 3 times total. Yarn over, knit, yarn over. Now I have 6 stitches. I had to count there to make sure. I'm just going to knit 1 more. So now I have 7 stitches on here. I'm going to turn, and I'm just going to purl back those 7 stitches. Okay, now I've done that. I'm going to turn. I'm going to knit back the 7 stitches. I'm going to turn. Pull out a little more yarn here for me. And I'm going to purl back. This is a pretty big bobble. It's pretty exaggerated, but I wanted a nice big nose for the gnome. Now I'm going to turn back again, and I'm going to knit across one more time. And then the next turn here, I'm going to do some decreases. So I've knit again. I'm going to turn. Now I'm going to have you purl the first stitch. And then 3 times going across, I'm going to have you purl 2 together. Here's 2, 3. Now we've reduced that down to 4 stitches. Now you're going to turn and you're going to knit across. This time, I'm not going to have you turn, but you're going to pass the 2nd stitch over the 1st stitch and off, and then the 2nd one over and off, and the 3rd one. Well, it was actually 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Sorry about that. Over. It's written out for you correctly. And here's a little trick too that we're going to do. So now you have your bobble, and you can see that. But one thing I'm going to do just to make it stand out a little bit more is I'm just going to take the tiniest little fluff here of your fiber fill, and I'm going to just roll this in the palm of my hand. And it becomes kind of this little tiny pea shape. And I'm going to stick that right into the nose there. So I stuck that right in the back. So I'm going to show you this little trick to kind of make the bobble, the base of it, kind of gather together more. So you're going to bring that yarn in front, right? And then you're going to bring the yarn under. And then in order to get behind it, you have to transfer that stitch back to the left needle. And then go behind, pull the yarn under, go back behind, and now transfer the stitch back to the right needle. And then you can pull that, and it will really gather up the base of the needle and kind of make it more, kind of just give it a nice tug there. All right, I'm just going to show you one last thing. So I'm going to knit to the end of this needle. Now on my bobble, there's a bit of a gap. Let's see if I can position that so you can see it, but there's a bit of a gap right there. And the stuffing is kind of hanging out on the side. So what I'm going to have you do is when you carry on now and knit the top of the head and you close off the head, I'm going to have you leave a longer tail, cut a longer tail, so, you know, pull it through the stitches at the top of the head and gather it through. And then I'm going to have you pull it down on with a yarn needle, of course, and come out on the side of the nose. And we're just going to take a couple stitches there just to close up that gap on the side of the nose. So the stuffing stays right inside of the nose. So it's real simple. And I wrote it all out for you, but I just wanted to kind of point that out. So if you're making that, you're not concerned about that little bit of an opening. It's only on the one side too. The other side is nice and closed. So it's kind of on this right side when you're looking at it. Well, I finished my gnome's head, and I thought I would just show you quick how I just zip down here. So I'm going to pull the thread through. I come out at the side of the nose. I'm going to show you how I just zip up that little hole there where the stuffing is kind of hanging out. So I just pop the thread out here on the side. I'm going to tuck that in and then just grab a stitch from each side where the gap is there. I'm just going to pull, and I think I'll just do one more like that. I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here. There, now that's all closed up on the side, and you don't have to worry about the stuffing popping out. I'm just going to pull my thread through here to the other side, and then I will trim that off so it stays inside. There, I hope that helps. Thanks.